What's good, y'all? I just unlocked the platinum trophy for one of the best games ever made. The Last of Us, developed by the studio Naughty Dog, was originally released in 2013 until it was remade in 2022. This game has a total of 29 trophies, including the DLC, The Last of Us Left Behind. Let's get on to the trophy hunting and enjoy the rest of the video. We start off playing as Joel's daughter, Sarah.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
After that weird phone call from her Uncle Tommy, we start looking for Joel.
Dad?
She begins to see signs of the outbreak currently happening in the city. Headed downstairs, we find Joel with his heart pacing. He tells us about the neighbors that have been acting different lately.
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
Mid-conversation, we get interrupted by one of them.
Jimmy! Jimmy, stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you! Don't!
We head in Uncle Tommy's car to find someplace safe. As we're driving, we watch society collapse around us.
Holy shit! What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Did you see that? Yes, I saw it. God damn. Turn here, turn here.
As more chaos begins, we end up in a crash. We encounter our first zombie after the crash, and Tommy comes in clutch. I start playing as Joel and had to carry Sarah around due to her injuries from the car crash. We kept running until we ended up here. This was one of the saddest scenes in video game history.
We're safe. Hey, we need help.
Stop!
Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians in the outer perimeter. Please, sir, there's a little girl. But... yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need... Shit. Please don't. Oh, no. Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. God. Listen to me. I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. Please. I know, baby. I know.
Flash forward 20 years. We meet Tess, a person who just got scammed from a guy named Robert, and our first mission is to find him. The first thing I do headed in the quarantine zone is get my first out of 54 conversations needed for this trophy later on. On the way to Robert, I found my first Firefly pendant collectible, which popped up this trophy. We now start to head in a spore-infested area, then have another optional conversation while walking through this tunnel, and start to fight our first couple of infected. I find some more collectibles and finally head out of the spore area. On the way, I stop to get this missable Firefly pendant. Back in the city area, we find Robert's location and fight his goons. Joel and Tess finally find Robert and chase them down. Once he had nowhere to run, he explained how he sold the weapons off to another group called the Fireflies.
It's the Fireflies. I owed the Fireflies.
Then the boss of the Fireflies shows up. Her name is Marlene. In desperation for our weapons, we follow Marlene and fought a couple goons on the way. When we reach Marlene's destination, we meet a character who is going to be a vital asset for the story.
Fuck away from
Hey! Let her go.
What happened?
Don't worry, this is fixable. I got his help, but I can't come with you.
Hey, we're smuggling her?
There's a crew of Fireflies that'll meet you at the Capitol building.
That's not exactly close.
Shortly after that scene with Ellie, I pick up another Firefly pendant, and picking up all the Firefly pendants in the game will give me this trophy. Joel, Tess, and Ellie head into a rundown apartment complex to stay a night.
You mumble in your sleep. I hate bad dreams.
Yeah, me too.
After nap time, they all start to head out. On the way to the Fireflies, we get caught by the city's border patrol. They scan all of us for signs of infection. We eventually take the guards out from the help of Ellie. Tess picks up the tester from the ground, only to find out Ellie was positive for the virus, and she explains to us how she's immune to the cordyceps virus. Our conversation is interrupted by the authorities, and they flee underground. We eventually end up in a dark subway full of clickers, a new type of zombie that is blind, but can one-shot you. I go and open my first vault. Opening all the vaults in the game will give me this trophy. Then I first find my first out of 11 workbenches needed for this trophy. In the museum area, we lose Tess and Ellie.
I'm alive. I'll make my way around.
Look, they're here!
Tess, run.
And eventually I find them again, as well as making light work of the infected. Then I found one of the many shiv doors, which are needed for this trophy in the future. Heading out of that museum, we finally set sights on the Firefly outpost.
Man, can't deny that view.
Outside of the Firefly outpost, I once again find another sneaky Firefly pendant. Once inside the Firefly base, we begin to find out that all of the members have been slaughtered, and also Tess reveals that she's been bit and can no longer continue this journey. Eventually, the law enforcement came and Tess sacrificed herself to save us. Joel and Ellie eventually end up in an old subway system full of spores, and Joel finds out that Ellie can breathe in the spores with no repercussions. They both eventually end up out of the subway system and catch a few breathers. Joel and Ellie eventually end up in this small town. Going through one of the doors, Joel gets caught in a trap. While Ellie's trying to help us get down, we have to shoot zombies upside down. Ellie managed to get Joel down, then one of the infected got on top of Joel. That's until one of her friends, Billy, saved us.
Get off your ass on you.
Billy brought us back to his hideout. He showed us around till we got our next trophy, getting my hands on one of the many training manuals. I also found another workbench tool which is used for upgrading the workbench and for this trophy after finding all of them. In order to leave town, we need to find spare car parts to make our car work. A bunch of infected chase us while we head into a school. Joel and his group go sweep the whole school and search for an exit. When we reach the gymnasium, we get introduced to a new type of zombie. The Bloater. I mainly use Molotovs to stun him and shotguns to deal more damage. Then I finally finish them off. We finally escaped from the school and then hopped into someone's backyard. In the house we find Bill's ex-partner, and we finally found working parts for the car to actually start driving. Then I had another couple optional conversations with Ellie and Bill.
You gonna be okay with this? Bill, I found this in there and well, fuck you too, Frank. Fucking idiot. You ready to go?
Well, before we start leaving, I pick up my next trophy by collecting the letter that Bill threw away. With Ellie in the driver's seat, Joel and Bill pushed the car to hopefully jumpstart it. There were also some zombies in the way, but Joel made light work of it. Then we finally got it running, and Ellie put the pedal to the metal. and we stopped by Bill's house and dropped him off and said our goodbyes.
Be square. We're square. And get the fuck out of my town.
Okay, I know it doesn't look like it, but this here is not a bad read. Only one problem. Right there. To be continued.
Where did you get that?
Back at Bill's. I mean, all this stuff was just lying there. Oh. I'm sure your friend will be missing this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Look, hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Oh. Why are these all stuck together? I'm just fucking with you. Bye-bye, dude. Easy.
Joel and Ellie arrive in Pittsburgh, and Joel sees a bandit on the road pretending to be sick. Thankfully, Joel knows this was a stand-up.
What about the guy?
He ain't even hurt.
We go on to fight and finish off the bandits. I find some more collectibles and another workbench. We make it outside where I find my next trophy for finding my first comic book collectible.
I'm whistling.
Oh, good. Something else you can drive me crazy with.
Heading into this building, we were forced to take out all of the bandits. After clearing out the area, I get the geared up trophy for crafting one of every item. After that, we go through a painful optional conversation with Ellie with her joke book.
Recipes on a need-to-know basis. Need.
I get it.
Joel and Ellie eventually head into a hotel full of bandits. Inside, I unlock another safe for another manual. There were so many bandits, but we managed to put down all of them one by one. After clearing out the whole area, we end up in this old elevator shaft where Joel gets separated from Ellie for a short time, and we have to find our way up.
I'm alright!
Underground, I had to go turn on a generator while zombies were stalking me. I eventually get out of that wretched place and go back up to find Ellie. While putting up this ladder up and climbing it, a bandit ambushes Joel, but Ellie comes in clutch.
I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
We both go head up to the balcony where Joel teaches Ellie how to shoot. With Ellie covering us, we can go take on the zombies and the bandits. After all that, Joel can finally trust Ellie with a firearm that she can use in emergencies.
For emergencies only.
Then we find another one of these workbenches. Then we find and take down more of the bandits. Then Joel and Ellie find themselves wandering off in the city area. We encountered more bandits and escaped from them and ended up traversing on this ledge. We head inside of the apartment. We get ambushed by this guy and Joel and Ellie fight back.
Don't stop! Look.
Leave him alone.
Easy, son. Just take it easy.
It's all right. They're not the bad guys. Lower the gun.
And meet the two brothers Henry and Sam. They also turn out to be looking for the Fireflies, so we become allies. On the way to their hideout, I pick up another comic book and kept out of sight from bandits. and Sam finds a toy, but Henry tells him to throw it away.
Get rid of it.
What's the rule about taking stuff? It weighs like nothing. The rule. What is it?
We only take what we have to. That's right. Now come on.
I went and picked up more collectibles and finally arrived to their hideout.
Welcome to my office.
We carefully make a plan on how to sneak past this bandit outpost.
You and your girl, you want to join us? It goes down tonight.
He says it's time to go.
No, we're gonna be moving fast, okay? So no matter what, you stick to me like glue.
Like glue.
Like glue.
Got it.
Good, good. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
We carefully take out all the bandits one by one. This is where I popped out the lights out trophy for turning off the generator while in stealth. We then successfully take out all the guards and manage to open the door before reinforcements come. While climbing the ladder on the side of the truck, Ellie breaks it and Henry and Sam are forced to separate from us. The bandits catch up to us and we start running for our lives. We then run into a dead end and have nowhere else to go, so we jumped in the ocean.
Henry! He's awake!
Henry and Sam managed to save Joel, but Joel was trying to find a reason not to kill them for leaving them at the post. We managed to find an agreement between each other and tread on. I managed to find a new comic book, note, and a Firefly pendant. We managed to open a hatch to a secret underground sewer base, which we discovered the belongings of the people who used to live here. Then my next trophy pops up after I hitch a ride on the sewer contraption with Henry and Sam. I go on to pick up a new weapon and a training manual. We eventually get split up again, but Ellie's with Henry and Sam's with Joel this time around. In order to get back to them, we were forced to take out many hordes of infected. We then reunite with our group, but there were many zombies chasing them, so we had to act fast. Then we finally managed to escape from the whole area.
Fresh air.
Look at this.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Thanks for the warning on the other side, guys.
Then we end up in this neighborhood full of abandoned houses. I got some collectibles and triggered optional conversations. And Joel was teaching Ellie about the world before the pandemic.
And play real loud, creepy music, and kids would come running out to buy ice cream.
Then I found this workbench and used it to unlock my next trophy for fully maxing out a singular weapon. We helped up Ellie to the attic and she brought back a manual. Outside of the house, I got another sneaky Firefly pendant. Then heading into this house, I popped my next trophy, Sticky Fingers, for opening all safes in the game. Then I proceed to pick up some collectibles on the way out.
Found another one of them comics you've been reading.
Then we walk in yet another trap set by the bandits. Then I had to traverse all the way to the other side to get to the sniper, while taking out bandits in the process. I then use my sniper to cover the group, and finally take down the guy in the tank who's been chasing us moments before. Then a bunch of infected go crash the party. Then the group makes it to Joel's location and escapes the neighborhood overrun with infected. We find a place to stay for the night and use some time to bond with each other. Ellie heads in the room Sam is in, and minutes into the conversation, Sam starts asking weird questions about the infected.
What if the people are still inside?
They might still look like people, but that person is not in there anymore.
Then Ellie gives Sam the toy that Henry refused to let him have at the store back in Pittsburgh. Moments after Ellie leaves Sam's room, he reveals that he's been bitten. The morning after, everyone wakes up in a good mood. Ellie heads into Sam's room with intentions of waking him up, but it's revealed that he's already turned.
Sam!
What the hell? Shit, he's turning! That's my fucking brother! Screw it!
Shit!
Ellie? Ellie, are you alright? Sam? Henry? Ellie, stay there. Henry? What have you done? I'm gonna get that gun from you, okay? Oh, okay, easy.
This is your fault.
This is nobody's fault, Henry.
It's all your fault.
Henry! Henry, no!
Oh my God. Jackson County. Means we're close to Jackson City, right?
Shouldn't be more than a few miles.
You ready to see dear old brother?
I'm just ready to get there.
Months later after the incident, Ellie and Joel end up in this area and search for Tommy. I ran into this bridge puzzle and got my next trophy after leaving Ellie hanging after she offers me a high five.
Me hanging? All right. Let's see how it is. Such thing 5 seconds.
We then find this base and try to let ourselves in, only to find out there are occupants. But we soon learn that Tommy's in this group, and Joel and Tommy finally get a chance to reunite.
How you doing, baby brother?
Tommy introduces us to his fiancée Maria. They begin to give us a tour around the place and get an optional conversation with Tommy where he shows us an old photo he had of Joel and Sarah. Then I get another optional conversation that you usually run past in your first playthrough. Then I get the Who's a Good Boy trophy for petting Buckley the dog.
That's a good boy.
While Joel and Tommy are having a heated argument, they get interrupted by the sounds of intruders.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
I go popping intruders one by one till I get my next trophy, the build 'em up, break 'em down trophy for upgrading then breaking one of every melee weapon. Then after that we take down the rest of them. Tommy finally decides that he would help us haul Ellie to the Fireflies and gets in an argument with Maria.
You. If anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
We shortly discover that Ellie's took one of the horses and ran away with it. We found her in a nearby cabin and we began to watch one of the most emotional sequences in the game.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel, but I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
We then get ambushed by more bandits inside the cabin, but we managed to take all of them out easily. After that scene, I grabbed some collectibles on the way out. We each went on all of their horses, then left the area in a beautiful cinematic. Then Tommy instructs us that the Firefly Lab is in Eastern Colorado University, and Joel decides to take Ellie himself.
University, Eastern Colorado. How do I find this lab?
Let me see if I get this straight. If you mess up your 4th down, then you give the ball to the other team.
Right, it's called turnover.
And if you clear the 10 yards, then you're back at 1st down?
First down, that's right.
Man, it's confusing.
Hey, you just gotta play it a couple times. It all makes sense.
Riding the horse around with Ellie, we find a new weapon, the flamethrower. Then I find another one of the workbenches, Firefly pendants, went in this building and cleared out the infected. Then I went to turn on the power for the door downstairs. Joel and Ellie went on until we climbed this ledge and found another Firefly pendant. In another building I found another manual. We go on to find an actual map collectible of the campus as well. Then we made it to a cordyceps infected room and cleared out the many zombies there, as well as lighting up the giant bloater. I went up in the building and found a workbench tool, and a manual. Then we finally find the lab that Tommy mentioned, and it was completely empty. It turns out they relocated back to their lab in Salt Lake City.
Come on, looking for the others. They've all returned to St. Mary's Hospital in Salt Lake City. You'll find them there, still trying to save the world.
Then we see a light through the window, and it turns out it was more bandits looking for us. Ellie and Joel took out the most that they could, but it eventually led Joel to get impaled by a metal bar while fighting one of the bandits. With Ellie's help and cover fire, we made it out of the building. We left the campus riding on horseback. After a while, Joel felt limp and fell unconscious off of the horse.
You gotta tell me what to do. Come on. You gotta get up. Joel? You'll just startle it.
We start off as Ellie in the winter time hunting for food. We follow the trail of blood left by the deer and find a comic book collectible inside this drawer. I keep following the tracks and found the deer I shot, and we find out that we're not alone, and a guy named David approaches us.
What do you want?
Name's David. This here's my friend James. We're from a larger group. Women, children. We're all very, very hungry.
So am I. Women and children, all very hungry too.
Well, maybe we could trade you for some of that meat there. What do you need? Weapons, ammo, clothes?
Medicine. You have any antibiotics?
We do. Back at the camp.
So David gets his guy to search for biotics back at the camp. We head to shelter to find someplace warm, until we're ambushed by zombies and forced to take down all of them.
It's a bloater! What? One of those sick fucking guys!
Now, this winter has been especially cruel. A few weeks back, I sent a group of men out to a nearby town to look for food. Only a few came back. They said that the others had been slaughtered by a crazy man. And get this, he's a crazy man traveling with a little girl. You see, everything happens for a reason.
David's friend comes back with the medicine, and we go back to the house where Joel's resting. The next day, after waking up, we peek outside the window and find out David's men have been following us. Then we go head out to ward them off. Having a race with David's goons, they shot my horse and I had to trek the land by foot. In this gazebo right next to the cabin, I pick up another Firefly pendant and a comic book in this nearby bench. In a house nearby, while opening this door, David captures Ellie.
Max! Keeping you alive here.
And Ellie is placed in one of David's cells. And this is where Joel wakes up and heads out in search for Ellie. Outside, we take on two of David's men and knock them unconscious and take them back to our house for interrogation.
Is she alive?
What girl? I don't know no girl.
Fuck! Focus right here, right here. Now you're gonna mark it on the map. And it better be the same exact spot your buddy points to. Mark it.
It's right there. I ain't telling you shit.
That's all right. I believe him.
No, wait!
We end up playing as Ellie again and find out this David guy is a cannibal. So Ellie tells them she's infected to avoid her being chopped up into pieces.
I'm infected! I'm infected! What'd you say? Everything happens for a reason, right?
Ellie manages to grab the knife and get some stabs in to escape. We're forced to head through a massive snowstorm and end up in this restaurant with David, where we're forced to have a boss fight. Then the lantern that fell set the restaurant on fire while I had some stabs in on David. We end up playing as Joel in search for Ellie. I find the shift door with a manual inside. As Joel, we finally find the flaming building Ellie and David are in. We wake up as Ellie and crawl to the knife under the bench. When we're about to reach the knife, David jumps on top of us, not knowing our goal. While he tried suffocating us, Ellie grabbed the knife and started stabbing the living hell out of David. While going ham on David's body, Joel's finally back and comforts Ellie as they reunite.
It's me. Look. It's me.
They get up and walk out together as we head on to Salt Lake City.
Ellie! Ellie!
Did you hear me?
No. What?
Look. Hospital. This is where we get off. Let's go, kiddo.
On the way to the hospital, we pick up many collectibles and optional conversations. And in one of the buildings, we find signs of life, and Ellie is fascinated by it. And once again, get another optional conversation with Ellie as we watch the animals. We go to this Fedra quarantine camp and unlock the sharpest tool in the shed trophy for obtaining all of the workbench tools. Then we head to this underground area. Then I get my final manual on top of this truck to pop this trophy. Heading deeper into the path, I again pop another trophy, the Prepare for the Worst trophy for finding all of the workbenches in the game.
Here we go.
Then after, we use this bus as a bridge, but it completely broke down after using it. Ellie tried breaking us out, but it only caused both of us to go underwater, and she can't swim. But Joel managed to save her and take her to shore. While trying to save Ellie, Joel gets pistol whipped and ends up in the Firefly hospital. Joel wakes up to Marlene, telling him that the surgery would kill Ellie, but save the world, and Joel wouldn't let that slide. While being escorted out of the room, Joel takes the guard with ease.
Where's the operating room?
Where?
Top floor, the far end.
After savagely taking out that guard, Joel's new goal is to make it up to that floor to save Ellie. On the way up, I obtained 2 more trophies. The first one for unlocking my last shift door, and the second for getting my last Firefly pendant. Looking through this window, we know we're close to Ellie's hospital room. Then in this part, I make a distraction and make a run for it. Then I finally make it to the surgery room.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing in here?
I show absolutely no remorse for the surgeons and take Ellie with me.
Oh, shit.
Our main objective now is to escape the hospital. We make it on the elevator and are safe for now. When Joel made it off, Marlene confronted him, and Marlene tried to persuade Joel to leave Ellie in the hospital, but you know how Joel took it. With Ellie in Joel's car, we end up going out of Salt Lake City.
What happened?
We found the Fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie. People that are immune. There's dozens, actually.
After that crazy lie that Joel told Ellie, we end up back at the area around Tommy's Dam. While walking with Joel, I go to this truck and get my last comic book for the Endurance Survive trophy.
All right, come on.
Hey, wait.
No matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me. Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
After Joel straight up lied to Ellie and the game ended, I got the no matter what trophy for completing the game. Now that I'm done the story, it's time for the DLC of The Last of Us Left Behind. The story of The Last of Us Left Behind follows Ellie's origin story with her friend Riley and how she got bit, and the journey to get medicine for Joel after he got impaled by the metal rod in the main story. Both stories are located in the exact same mall. After failing to find Joel medicine, we cut back to the past and pick up some collectibles on the way, as well as having optional conversations. We go and make it into the mall and get some funny scenes at the Halloween store, as well as collecting all of the masks in the store.
Wow.
Once out of the store, I get my next trophy for winning a brick throwing contest with Riley.
Brick fucking master!
My car had tougher windows.
Yeah, whatever, loser.
We go to the breaker room and turn on the power to the whole mall. After that, we cut to Ellie in the present time, still looking for medicine for Joel. We got fuel for the generator downstairs and finally turned on the power in present time. After that, we discovered a crashed helicopter in the middle of the mall. We find a first aid kit in it, and it actually contains the supplies needed for Joel. Then we cut back to Ellie and Riley inside of the mall now that it has power. I also managed to have a couple rounds on the carousel. After that, Ellie pulls out her joke book and says every single joke in her book. After all those god-awful jokes, I popped the "That's All I Got" trophy.
Gross. But awesome.
Alright, I'm putting this away. Hey, thanks for getting me this.
After that, we go find a working photo booth, and taking photos with Riley actually counts as an optional conversation. After we get out the booth, I got the Getting to Know You trophy for engaging in all optional conversations.
Attention. The 6 a.m.
Then we both head inside an arcade that's located upstairs. Then I pop my next trophy for trying to play the Jack X game in the arcade.
Man, shooting race cars? The game is stupid.
Then I get the Angel Knives trophy for beating Riley's imaginary game without taking damage.
Perfect.
Your time here's done.
Then Ellie and Riley both end up in the store. Riley offers to play Ellie in a water gun fight, which we accept. Beating Riley in the water gun fight gives us the skills trophy.
Bullshit.
We cut back to Ellie in the site of bandits. Traversing on, I found this vent, and in here I get the Chronicles trophy for finding the last artifact. And lucky for me, I end up in this area for popping my next trophy, the live bait trophy to get the infected to kill the humans. We cut back to Ellie and Riley getting chased by zombies. They both finally end up in a safe place and find out they've both been bit. And at the end, Ellie successfully delivered the medicine to Joel. And at the very end, they both accept their fates.
Be all poetic and just lose our minds together.
And this is where the DLC caps off, and I get the Don't Go trophy for completing the Left Behind DLC. Then the platinum arrives in its former glory.
Let's get